We do love you, Leeds, Leeds, Leeds. Cheers, my boy. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Imagine Not Being Leeds for your Leeds versus Millwall review. I ain't gonna lie, don't know how I feel about this one. I'm angry, I'm emotional, fed up. I don't know whether I'm gonna smash my screen to bits or I'm gonna cry. I'm just in a bit of a weird mood about this, yeah. I think I'm going to disagree with quite a few people in chat. There may have been Millwallers coming here. Quite a bit of back and forth with Millwallers over the last 24 hours, which has been fun. Don't we just love Millwallers? Not really. But yeah, I just want to start by sort of on a bit of a somber note. You know, the chants that went on at ALAW Road were absolutely disgusting. I know all other content creators and people in this space will touch on it. You're here for my view, how I feel the game went, all that. But before I get into that, you know, Christopher Loftus 37, Kevin Spate 40. Two lads go to a European semi-final in Istanbul to watch the side play in a massive game, and you know they never come home. And just such a tragic event to happen, something that has affected Leeds deeply since 25 years this year. I remember it, to be fair, like it was yesterday. And it's just, I mean, I get a bit of stick off Millwallers for my match day vlog, where I say Millwall scum, you know, a bit tongue in cheek. And they haven't enjoyed being called scum, you know. Not being funny, anyone with those chants at ALAW Road on Saturday, it's exactly what you are. Filth, scum. Anyone, you know, from Leeds United who do any similar chants to other clubs, you know, it's same goes. There's no room for it in football. There's no room for it in society. It's absolutely fucking disgusting. You know, these are people's, you know, dads, brothers, uncles, best friends, sons. You know, and to be laughing and joking and chanting, it's just disgusting. You know, go get educated, go become better people. There's just no room for it in society, let alone football. So, yeah, I just think I had to start on a bit of a somber note. It's really, really fucking pissed me off, I won't lie, as it's done everybody else. You know, the club were brilliant. They released a statement as I was walking back to the car, were really, really quick. I knew something was going on in ALAW Road. I couldn't quite make it out exactly what was being said, but I knew there was something going on by how many police sort of came, and in the segregated area, you could see there was something going on, and Leeds fans clearly weren't happy. And yeah, it's that really, I was pissed off coming out of the stadium because of the game, which obviously we're going to go into. A lot of you know my thoughts from watching me instant match reaction, my vlog yesterday. But yeah, like I say, when two blokes go to a game of football and don't come home, I don't see how anyone can chant and think that's funny. So yeah, I say rest in peace to them too. And yeah, I just hope we don't experience all this again going forward. And I'm sure we will, because there's a lot of dickheads out there. But I hope both clubs get their heads together and they can, you know, bring the people to sort of justice and get them banned from every football stadium in the country, for me, because they shouldn't be allowed to go anywhere where they've got a voice to act like that. So yeah, we'll get into it. I'll get into your comments. Stanley says, smash a like and subscribe, please. Marcus, evening, Matty, full focus on the league, 15 finals to the promised land. Yes, there is 15 games to go, mate, fully focused on the league, but we should have been focusing yesterday, pal. Evening, Matt, evening, Nige. Thanks for being here, guys. AOP, Adam, my mate, evening all. Jay, evening, Matty. My mate, Paul. Been having a good chat today, haven't we, mate? Hey up, Paul, thanks for being here, mate. What do you expect from Millwall fans? No surprise. No, it's no surprise at all, Nige, but it's still not nice, is it? And it's still, don't know why I felt surprised. I did. I don't know why. I suppose because they were winning. Maybe they won. Maybe I wasn't expecting it, you know. But obviously, the bad losers are bad winners as well. So, Darren says, "Evening, pal. They're vermin. I thought we'd moved on from this year. Yeah, me too, mate. And like I say, if it were Leeds fans doing it, I'd say exactly the same about us lot. You know what I mean? It's there's no room for it in football. There's no room for it anywhere, and it's a really sour note to start on. I do apologise, but yeah." Paul Jones says, Premier League is Farker's goal. We played our second team and gave everyone a game. Hopefully it shuts up temperature. People about Melliot, Aronson, Pirot out, etc., as they were calling for them Saturday. Yeah, they were, mate. Yeah, everyone who who starts normally, who gets a bit of stick, Paul. We've been sort of clambering back for them now after that performance. Well, evening, Richard, mate. Evening, ladies. Evening, Coxie, mate. Richard Hogan, yesterday's result should be put in context with regards to Liverpool's result today at home park. Yes, Richard, but we should have bloody won, shouldn't we? So let's get into it. Line-up. Did Farker get the line-up wrong? Yes, but only slightly for me. You're right to bring up my, let's not forget, to what I mean. Like I said about me, we will always remember you, Chris and Kev, MOT. Don't like stroke on pens. I normally do, mate, but it's not no more. Gary Davis, we shouldn't be sending them any tickets for the league game, mate. No, we shouldn't, mate. We shouldn't. It's a bit too soon coming as well, isn't it, after that to I think to have any Millwalls in Leeds for that next game. So yeah, I do agree with that. They need to look at that, I think. But I'm sure they'll get tickets. I'm sure they'll come, and I'm sure there'll be a similar situation. I'm sure, because I reckon next time I'm going to put, you know me, I say how it is. I reckon we batter them next time. I think I'm going to keep saying we're going to batter them, we're going to batter them, we're going to batter them, and it's just never going to happen probably. But I'm going to keep saying it. But yeah, the lineup. I thought the lineup. There were too many changes. 10 changes is way too much from the previous game. Sam Chambers was a standout. But he would also probably, as in the standout shock, the big name. I didn't expect to see on there what were definitely him. He did himself no harm at all. I thought he played really well. Plays with no fear, which I love it when you get a kid in there who's on 17. I love it when you get someone who's fearless. I love that. That's what kids bring. That's what youth brings. No scars, no. They just go out there and play the game. And he looks like he can handle the pressure of playing at Leeds United. He should have scored as well. Great chance. A bit more composure there, which I'm sure will come, but shows you what kind of level of player he is. A lot of these players that have been loaned out who aren't going to get minutes. We knew we had an FA Cup tie looming only a couple of weeks ago. We sent some of these out on loan, and Sam Chambers has stepped in there, a 17-year-old, and done himself no harm at all. I thought he played really well for staff. In hindsight, I liked him not to have played, in terms of he were one of the bodies I look back at now and go, yeah, great for him, I suppose, development, great experience for him. But I think him and Gilavogi, probably, we could maybe game would have been different if we'd have had maybe a Tanaka starting or a Gruev starting with maybe Aronson playing instead of Chambers, but we'll never know. But they're the change I look back in hindsight and go, maybe they were, too many, but 10's definitely too much. Although I did call for Gilavogi to start. I think we've seen why. I think what we've seen with this game is why so many of these players don't start. I think that's sort of evident, and I do agree with a lot of people's sentiments that if these players played together consistently for a period of time, they'd be better. I mean, Sean at Wilco White says our reserve side's a top 6 side on that performance. They're not all, but is that just because they've been thrown together for a one-off game? Potentially, potentially, 100%. It looked like they'd never played together, and that was true, wasn't it? Really, other than bits in training, that the concoction that were that side, what are doing put together, like when you're going shopping tomorrow and your last day and you've got nothing and you just find a concoction in freezer or in cupboards and you have a bit of everything like that. Less than it was like all these bits thrown together that shouldn't really be together. Concede the first goal don't help. No, it don't, mate. We always struggle with concede first, though. It's something we've always struggled with. Lord Shigorov says the sad thing is maybe 3 or 4 fans may get a ban for PR purposes. Yeah, Millwall and most other clubs won't ban too many of their. Because no, they won't. You're right, mate. They'll ban a couple. They'll have to put a statement out and say they've got the culprits. But like you say, they'd have to ban hundreds and hundreds for that to be a fair crack. Yeah. Had a Millwall sympathiser in the only Leeds Bros chat. Did you, mate? I've had a couple of nice ones today, but I've also had quite a couple of arseholes as well. But I don't mind the banter. I'm all about banter. I put my head above the parapet and I'm there going, I'm going to spank them 4-0. Fair play. I said they've got League One level players. Stand by that, even though we've lost twice to them. Not bothered. I stand by it. My opinion's right because it's my own opinion. Don't care what any Millwallers say. Duncan Watmore, George Honeyman are League One level players for me. Aziz gets 2 goals, 2 deflected goals, 2 shots on target, 2 goals. And what I'll say is that wasn't their strongest side as well. It weren't their strongest side either. Their goalkeeper was the second choice. I tell you what, I don't know if that's a one-off worldy game by him, but what a performance their goalkeeper had. I say one game. He obviously didn't score the 2 goals, but unbelievable. 4 great saves, including penalty. Unreal. League is more important than the cup. Had to cancel my hotel last night. Shut up, Priestley. Honestly, it's going to proper piss me off, this. I don't know if it's too raw me coming on tonight. I don't know if it's too raw. I'm still a bit... I just can't go along with It don't matter. It don't matter. I heard someone on the Leeds Bros channel say the cup's pointless or something. Why is it fucking pointless? Like, what? How's it a pointless exercise going? Like, is it free? Is it free? Do they just open doors and let anybody in for it? Like, or is it a proper fixture? FA Cup sentiment. I mean, we're all focused, right? On why is the FA Cup not important? Well, we're not going to win it anyway. So we're not going to win it. Why not? Because it's Premier League sides in there. Yeah, all we're doing is focusing on fucking league. All we're playing next season is Premier League sides. So what's your point? What's your point? Millwall at home with a chance of an exciting fixture or an easier fixture to get further down at a cup competition. Why not? Well, we're not going to win it. Well, we're not going to win Premier League either, but you're also desperate to get there. Tickle those likes from that. Yeah, please smash a like or and subscribe if you don't mind. Thank you very much. Win 10 out of the 15 games and we're going up. Yeah, we are. Richard, come on, Matty. We knew this was an opportunity for those in the fringes. A game in London on Tuesday. It was the right time to ring change. Yeah, mate, 100% should have rung changes. I call for 6 or 7 changes. He just did a few too many. And I think when you're throwing Sam Chambers in there, who don't play minutes, Gilavogi, who don't play minutes, Schmidt, who don't play minutes, that's 3 of your 10 outfield players. That's almost a third of your starting outfield players who have probably played, 150 minutes combined. And that's pretty much Schmidt's played 90 against Harrogate. Like, they played no minutes combined, and you're playing 3 of them who don't play. It's just too many for me. It shows a bit of a lack of respect maybe for competition, a lack of respect for paying customers. People have travelled from all sorts. I've had messages today saying they travel 600-mile round trip to watch that shite. I feel like they weren't asked, and I don't like that. It's a game of football at the end of the day. Do I get win bonuses for them winning games of football? Do I get anything when they win a trophy? Do I get anything other than that moment, that moment of pride? Do I get anything at all? No, but I tell you what I do get. I get joy watching them win a game of football for 90 minutes. I don't care what they get at the end of it. They'll play Millwall at Ellen Road. Millwall at Ellen Road. And they slapped us up 2-0. That's what I'm annoyed at. It's a game of football. What does anyone in chat get for them being in Premier League? You get to go watch them struggle next season. We were playing Millwall. And I understand the league is more important. I get that. I'm not daft. It's the FA Cup or whatever. We want to watch them in Premier League. Fair enough, I do. But why have we got to sacrifice one for other? Why can we not beat Millwall? Go out there and really try and play and still go beat Watford. Why can't we? Can't win 2 games in a row. My mate Priest is saying, we have a right good FA Cup run, but we finished 3rd. Why is that an option? Still finished 3rd anyway. Could do, couldn't you? Like, if that's what you're going off that logic. What's an FA Cup run got to do? If you think with that there's a chance we can finish 3rd, then that could happen fucking regardless, couldn't it? We still play 3 games a week anyway, most weeks, regardless of FA Cup. You don't play 4 and 5 because you're in FA Cup. You just rearrange fixtures, which we used to anyway with Sky Sports. Just does me head in. It's a game of football. I want my football team to take a fixture seriously. You know what I mean? 35,000 fans there yesterday. And I felt like lads just didn't give a shit. 30 to 34 points from 45. Mate, we'll smash it. We'll get 100 points. Regardless of being at FA Cup nights. We're going up anyway. We're going up as champions anyway. Regardless, we win yesterday, we're still going up as champions. We're not finishing 3rd because we win yesterday. You could see by the game why Farker doesn't start Joseph, not Gilavogi. Our first team is right. Yeah, 100%, mate, 100%. And I expect these players to look cold. I expect them not to look at it. Aronson is such an underrated player and people are starting to see it now. Yeah, well, I said this to you previously. I haven't been a massive Aronson fan. Like, I think he's done really well. But I do believe other players can play in there. We've seen it now with Nonto against Harrogate in Cup, and we've seen it against obviously Millwall yesterday. Difference with that is he isn't playing with the first 11 round him either. So as much as it doesn't work, and it didn't work, he hasn't got Solomon on fire, James on fire, Pirro in front of him. He's got a makeshift side around him. So he's clunky. Putting Nonto in there for 2 or 3 games with that first starting 11, and I would assume you'd see a better side. But yeah, I would say yesterday 100% with the changes, Aronson would have been a decent threat in there, would have been a constant hassle. He'd have been hounding them, he'd have been after them. Maybe we'd have won the ball higher up and created more opportunity if Aronson been there. 100%. We learned a lot about our fringe players. If we didn't bring the changes, then we would have never found. No, I know we had to make changes, mate. We've got so many decent players on the fringes. We have. Professional players should be able to deal with the amount of changes, and good players rise to above that. Yeah, and that was my biggest bugbear yesterday, that the players that got given a chance, and some of these players are only going to play again decent minutes in the FA Cup, that they didn't take the chances. For me yesterday, it just confirmed we needed options at 9 and 10 in January. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Mateo Joseph, God love him, got his shirt behind me. Just nowhere near it yesterday. First touch off it, pass, shocking. Every time he got the ball, we brought down with him. It really was bad. That was their second choice keeper, apparently, mate. Yeah, so I heard, mate. Yeah. Hey up, son. At the end of the day, we should be more focused on the league games rather than the cup games. It's just a game of football, though, son. It's what does, mate. It's just a game of football. Yeah, I want my side to win football games. When they're playing a Premier League side, I don't expect him to win. When they're playing Millwall, Ellen Road, I don't care if it's FA Cup, friendly. I don't care what fixture it is. Just go with game for us, yeah. When you've got 35,000 people going to watch you, just go with game. Gillavogi was abysmal. And what was Nonto doing on the floor for the second goal? It's ridiculous. Yeah, well, mate. It was easy B. Hey up, easy. Hope you're well. Hi, Matty. I watched the Sunderland game yesterday because for me, that and the Sheffield game were the important games. The FA Cup. The FA have ruined the cup. Remember, we have TV companies trying to ruin us. Yeah, no, we do have TV companies trying to ruin us, and it's not the glitz and glam it used to be. It's definitely took a nosedive. But I also think the mentality of fans, like on here, like in every club, everyone's that fixated on league. We've diluted it as fans. How many people say it don't matter? So we can blame the TV companies, we can blame the media, we can blame all this, but as a collective, the fan bases have done this too. The fan bases have diluted the FA Cup because no one gives a shit. Because it's all about the league. It's all about finishing 15th in the Premier League. Wow. Like, come on, guys. It's a game of football. Go win the game of football that's in front of you. Well, what are you about next season? Well, what are you about Tuesday on Tuesday? Go win the game that you're playing. The changes were okay. It was a performance of some of the changes that was just. But yeah, well, I mean, on paper, it looked all right, Nige. I weren't moaning before the game when I saw him. I did think 10 were too much. I did, but yeah, easy. We don't know if we'll struggle in Premier League, mate. I don't think we will, mate. I'm not saying I don't think we'll come down. I think we'll consolidate and that's fine. But finishing 14th still means we lose more than we win easy. 15th, 16th, 17th, which any of us will take now next season. I think if you're expecting a top 10 push, I think you're going to be, hard pressed to find many people expecting that, if I'm honest. But if you take 15th now, we're losing loads of games next season, easy. And 15's a good season for your first season up. So I don't know. What do you define as a struggle? Because I'd say 15's a struggle. 14's a struggle. Seeing Watford yesterday, we're in for a rough physical game tomorrow. Farker needs to get them up for the fight. Of course he does, mate. Of course he does. Hopefully, we'll see what his proper first 11 can do. We know what they can do. Lord Chigorov says the likes of Nonto, Joseph, etc. showed why they don't start. Plus, Ampadu was terrible. Yeah, Ampadu were really bad, mate. I mean, that Aziz who we made look like bloody prime Messi, who's so average, honestly. He hit bar as well from Ampadu messing around in his own box. He could just knock it around and run around him in his area. I don't know what he was playing at. I just feel like the lads who played just thought they could just play in second gear and win. You play Millwall, they're going to raise the game. It's the cup final. I've said that. And I've been slated by Millwall fans. Oh, it's not a cup final. Well, why today? Honestly, my videos, I can't even get through chats on comments. If you've commented on my videos from yesterday, I'm sorry, it'll take me a while to get through them. Honestly, I think I've had about 50 comments from Millwall fans. And to be fair, it's just banter, I asked. But, it's not a cup final, apparently. Yeah. They're hounding me, and I love it, to be fair. Keep giving me views, it's sound, I don't mind. But you're hounding my videos. Have you not got a content creator yourself you can go celebrate with rather than looking at us like, it is what it is. It's fun. I don't mind banter. I can take it. I'm a fat lad, I've had it all my life. I don't care. But genuinely, don't make out it's not a big game for you. It's just Leeds, isn't it? Oh, we're beating FA Cup, beat you twice. You are bothered, hence why you're looking for Leeds content creators to speak to and try and rub salt into the wound. I don't care that you beat us twice. I don't. I'm pissed off of our side. You beat us twice, great. It is what it is. I don't care about you, Millwall. You are nothing to us. You've been this is what I said to a few of them today. You've been a club for 98 years of Millwall, right? I'm pissed off we lost. Well pissed off we lost, yeah. More pissed off of us than Millwall, to be fair. We didn't rise to it, but they've been a professional club for 98 years. They've been in the top flight for two of them. So when I called them League One level players, a League One level club, Google them. The definition of Millwall is they have yo-yoed. This is what it says on Google. They have yo-yoed between the second and third flight of English football over their 98 years in existence. They've done 2 years in top division. 2. What are we doing here, Millwall fans? Anyone here? Anyone watching after? What are we doing here? Fuck off. Honestly. How was that 4-0 yesterday against the League One side? Honestly, mate, it's these things happen, don't they? These things happen. It's what annoys me. I back the boys because of what I see week in, week out, and I know there's going to be changes. I back the level of quality. You know, I'm here. You put your neck on line. I asked to put your neck on line. It's fun, but you put your, head above parapet, and then you get served up that. You spend money. You set your little lad there, and then you get served up that, and then all I hear from everybody, it's all right. No, it's not fucking all right. It's not all right at all. Smash a like and subscribe, please. Yes, do. I'm probably annoying everybody tonight, but yeah, it's one of them. Richard says, if we score the penalty and the crowd have something to get behind for the last 15 minutes, the team didn't have to give the supporters any opportunity to get into the game. No, we tried, honestly, Richard. We tried. But yeah, I think that penalty goes in. We probably get a second one. I really do. We had more possession. Didn't feel like we did much of it. We have four, including penalty, 4 really big chances, and their keeper pulled out some really good saves. I can't deny the one from Chambers, one from Ramazani, stand out. Obviously the penalty save. Duncan, even Matty, wanted the win, equally frustrated, but we move on now. The 3 points on Tuesday is the most important. Yeah, it's the most important now. For me, 12-15 yesterday, the most important game at me were Millwall. But right now, yes, it is, because we've moved on. We're past it now, aren't we? As soon as that game kicks off, everything's done. It doesn't matter. Like I say, I'm all about moments, me. Right now, I'm still annoyed because it was only yesterday. As soon as that game kicks off on Tuesday, it's forgotten for me. It's done. If that team played yesterday, being together all season, we win that game. 100%, Danny. 100%. I don't think that maybe some of these players are as good as what we think, or maybe more importantly, maybe they're not as good as what they think. But I do believe it was. You could just see how clunky it was. You could just see how these parts hadn't played together. It just wasn't the fluid sort of machine we normally see. You see Bogle and James so good together, know each other's game inside out. Firpo and Solomon, Aronson and Pirro, everyone knows these movements now because it's such a well-drilled side who all know the roles, and he doesn't change it massively. 10 changes, regardless of talent, it was too much. The transfer window was nothing to do with the Millwall game. There's no chance that any new signings would have played, so let's use that as a reason. Yeah, I don't know who's using that as a reason, pal. I assume it's someone in chat. Farker wouldn't play newbies for a month. No, it wouldn't, mate, no. Dirty Leeds, mate. Yes, we should be fully focused on the league, but the FA Cup is the biggest cup competition in the world. Just look at Plymouth today, bottom of the league. But yeah, 100%, mate. You know what annoys me, right? There'll be a section of their fan base probably saying, but we've got to stay up. It's about league. Are they saying that after that? Before the game, it's all about league. We've got to stay up. Are they saying it after that? Should they have took, people like my mate Priestley? There'll be people talking. Oh, well, what would you rather do? Beat Liverpool today and go down, or lose to them and stay up? Yeah, but why are they ever options? You don't know what the future holds. Just win the game in front of you, and we deal with rest when it comes to it. You know what I mean? We beat Millwall yesterday, and then we lose the next round or whatever, or say we get to quarters and get knocked out, and then we don't, and then we drop to third and get beat at Wembley, 1-0 by West Brom or something. Are we all going to go, it's because we beat Millwall at Ellen Road in that FA Cup game, that's why we lost today? Fucking give over. No, we're not. Priestley, we need to do a charity boxing match, mate. Tomorrow. White collar. Everyone would pay to watch that, wouldn't they, for charity? Me v Priestley. Definitely both heavyweights. I've just got like a 4-foot reach and height advantage on the little bugger. Nige, I see Sky have moved our game away via Portsmouth to 12:30. Thanks for that, Sky. What about Cheltenham fans? Yeah, awful, Nige. Awful fixture choice, isn't it, that for fans? What, they're going to set off at 5 in the morning, 4 in the morning? A joke, mate. Absolute joke. Well, Leeds United pisses me off so much. As you, mate, every game we should be putting in. Yeah, 100%, mate. And I understand it's all about the league. But like I say, why can't we go for FA Cup? Because we're not going to win it. Yeah, but we're not going to win Premier League, So what we're so bothered about getting there for? So we can watch yourself struggle every game. Like, I just don't get it. Just play the game that's in front of you. It's a game of football. I don't care what the competition is. I don't care. I don't get out for it. Like nothing. Apart from that moment I'm watching. I don't care what it is. Pre-season friendly, guess what? When March together comes, I still get the fucking jitters. I still get the butterflies, the moments. I can't change it. I can't help that. That's just how my body reacts to that noise, to that feel, the smell, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing when I'm in that stadium. I can't tell my body, don't worry about it. It's just FA Cup today. Like, I can't tell myself that. I'm all in. I'm all in. Why ain't everybody else? I understand it's not as important as league. It's still important, though. For people to say it's not important, it is important. Changes were too late. Solomon, Pirro, and Tanaka didn't have enough time to. No, they didn't make massive point there, Paul. Is when we knew the lineup were wrong after 20, 25 minutes, I would say, or elements of the lineup were wrong. At half time, he should have made changes. Gilavogi needed to come off at half time for me. I'd have brought Gruev on, I won't lie. I mean, what's he not played Gruev for in that game? Is Gruev going to start against Watford? I would have thought not. Maybe he is now. I would have definitely seen Solomon come on for Chambers at half time, even though Chambers were brilliant in the first half. Schmidt and Chambers are probably the only two players to much credit. Richard, I weren't massively overly keen on Schmidt, if I'm honest. I really won't. I think he did okay. I think the rest were that bad. He looked okay, a bit like the Harrogate game. It was all right. Don't think he was brilliant. I do believe that I've seen enough in Schmidt to think he's worth a place on bench, but he definitely isn't better than Bogle and Byram if you're looking at that right-hand side. For me, Byram and Bogle obviously. Byram's also better, so he's third choice for me, so I can see why he's not really getting minutes. It's been hard when we've had injuries to, suspensions to Bogle and Byram that he still not had, and Fairpont still not had no minutes. But if I'm honest, I don't see what everybody else sees, if I'm honest. I really don't. I mean, he made a really good touch inside for a shot bed yesterday. I think it was Chambers. Chambers before half time when ball got played over long and he literally cushioned it. Did Schmidt on edge of Eddie down straight into his path. It was a lovely little assist. If it had gone in, it'd been a beautiful assist. But yeah, I think he did all right. There were just some really bad performances in there, and he didn't play bad. As with the rest of the fringe players, that young lad Ampadu showed why he doesn't start. Yeah, he just didn't have a best game today, but I just think it's because there was too many changes. When are people going to notice Ampadu is not Prem quality? It's so frustrating week after week. He slows the ball down and gives it away. Yeah, Sean, we'll have to agree or disagree on that, pal. I don't think we can prove anyone's Prem quality yet, but same with Arca. Ampadu deserves, when we get promoted and he's our captain, he deserves the opportunity. And then we'll discuss it then. There's a lot of players, question marks against a lot of players. Things with Ampadu, he can play multiple positions. He's a leader. He slows it down, but I've said before, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, you can't have everyone going 100 mile an hour. It weren't great yesterday. I'm not using that as stick to beat him with. It's a one-off game. It is what it is. Loads of lads yesterday were shy. Do I expect him to be shy going forward? No, I don't, because I don't think you see a side line up like that again. Really don't. These players come in, the odd one or two when there's an injury. You don't ever see all of them play together, and you won't see them all play together now anyway, because tough titties you got beat, lads. You're not gonna get many more minutes now, these fringe players, other than the 70-minute sub appearances, or when there's 2 or 3 games in a week. You'll see the rotation of your wingers and your midfielders potentially. Outside that, no one really deserves a crack, really, do they? Hi, chat, well, hey up Sean at Wilco White's. Please go check out my friend Sean's channel, Wilco White's. Top guy. Started doing lives now, by the way. Dead proud of you, mate. Richard, yesterday just gives an opportunity to smash them at Ellen Road in the league. Millwall have never played in the Premier League, says all. Exactly, never played in the Premier League. Played in top flight of English football for 2 seasons in a 98-year existence. What a miserable 98 years that is. 2 years of top flight football. One of them years they got relegated. I think the year they went up, he said they finished 10th. The best ever finish is 10th. But yeah, the second year they got relegated, clearly. Matty, if Farker made 10 changes, what message do you think that gave the players? The bigger picture is what the club are looking at, and they're right. Yeah, 100% that he said that, then it screamed that when you're seeing Chambers play, who don't get no minutes, when you're seeing Gilavogi play, who gets no minutes, seeing Schmidt play, who's haven't been on bench lately, it sends out the vibe. I mean, I saw team sheet, I weren't too bothered, but then on reflection, looking back now, like I say, as a paying fan, it's annoying. Luckily, I've only got to travel 20 minutes down the road to get there. There's people who've travelled from Ireland, people who've travelled from Norway. I think it just takes the piss. I really think it takes the piss. I don't agree you should ever go into any game of football and not want to win it. Don't care what level it is. I don't go to work on a Friday and think, it's a Friday. I won't give it me all today. I'm finishing early. Who gives a shit? Nah. Won't have a job with that. Give it as much on a Friday as I do on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Because guess what? It's a day week and I'm at work. Come on, guys. Only last week we were all saying that our bench was top 6. Yeah. That game took the wind out of our sails a bit. Could be a blessing in disguise. Yeah, well, it probably will be a blessing in disguise. It probably will. But all I'm saying is a couple of more wins in FA Cup would not have jeopardised us going up. It wouldn't. Where's your proof? It wouldn't. Well, where did we get knocked out cup last year? We still didn't win fucking league anyway, did we? We didn't have a cup distraction last year. We got what, Chelsea? I don't know. Danny Wood Rothwell have been the next best. Well, Rothwell, I thought he did all right yesterday. He tried, but too many changes. Even in Pal, even on Leeds Bros. Yeah, honestly, I'm feeling a mixture of just banging my head against a brick wall on this one, fuming. I'm just, it's not my best one, this, I won't lie. Evening, Darren. Evening, all. Hey up, mate. Rich Ho, the Everton fan. Hey up, mate. Come and give us some stick. Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well. Adam, anyone get that result on the predictions table? If they did, mate, don't tune in again. I don't think they did, pal. No way. Very sharply. Never got a notification, Matty. It's all right, mate. My opinion is we are much better off not in the cup again. We have a really small squad. That's thanks to the 49ers. This really could be a blessing. Well, yeah, mate, it could be. It could be. And once we kick off against Watford on Tuesday, this will be gone for me. I ain't going to cry about this and whinge about this. You know what I mean? For days and days and weeks and weeks and months. It's just right now, a day later, it's still with everything that's gone on, with the fact it's Millwall, with the fact that the chants, with the fact they've done us twice. The shite. That's what does me head in, losing to a shite team, like knocking us out of a prestigious cup competition that I'd have loved to see us, been in draw, hoping, we're all there saying we don't want to win. Guaranteed, right? You all wanted us to win yesterday, 100%. You wanted us to win yesterday. And then you'd have been excited with the prospect of potentially drawing Scum at Elland. I know it's hard, like unlikely to draw, but walking out again, that's what Pal Priestler was saying. Oh, we could get Scum in next round. Look, not dismissing Millwall that we'd already won. Look at who we could get in next round. We'd have all been doing it. We'd have all been dead excited now to see what draw we're going to be. And I know it might be a blessing in disguise, but I firmly believe you can win a couple more games and still be top of league. Why can't we? Sheffield United got to a semi-final and still got promoted. Well, that Sheffield United side as good as ours? No, it wasn't. But no, I get it, mate. I get it, pal. I do. It's we'll be fine anyway. But that's my issue. I'm that adamant we're going to be fine anyway. That a couple more fixtures wouldn't have bothered me. Congratulations to Plymouth on a historic win and knockout Liverpool. It's brilliant. Brilliant for them. And great feeling. A giant killing there, big class. I've always been consistent about Farker. If the 49ers won't back him in January, what chance does Farker have this season? Yeah, I think we'll find out, won't we? I do believe they're going to back him in the summer. I do. I firmly believe it wasn't a mark on Farker why they didn't spend this summer. This window in January. I just feel they back themselves for what they've got, and we've seen with the performance against Cardiff, with the performance against Coventry. The cup game, obviously, we know a lot of changes. I do think we're in a good spot. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens on Tuesday now, because is it going to be a bit of a is it going to be a slow start in that game because we've had this game in between, or is it going to be a fast start just like it's been in every other game? We're scoring early now, whether we're at home or away. We're on it from minute 1 to minute 90 for the last few games, and I do believe the 49ers and Farker know what we've got. And they've backed Farker for me. They've just backed the boys to have enough. And I think it sent out a really good message for the squad. We think you're good enough, go do it. And that lot let us down yesterday. But in terms of going up, which is obviously the ultimate game, is to go up. I get that. I believe that the board fully expect us to go up, hence why they didn't bring anyone in. We have better things on the horizon for us next season. You probably will have, mate. You've had a crap few seasons, mate. So I think you've dodged a bullet, and you should. For me, you've done well not to go down in any of the last 4 seasons, and now it's just a case of getting Everton back, I guess, mate, for you exactly where you should be, which should be top 10, shouldn't it? But I think you're way off. But we'll have to see how you do, mate. Gilavogi should have been sent off, says Danny. Yeah, he should, mate. For me, that's 2 reckless tackles in 2 games, and should have given a penalty away against Harrogate. Yeah, he's not good enough, Gilavogi. His legs have gone. Great in the dressing room. Great, off the field, and that can't be. you know, you can't just diminish, you know, bat that to the side, really. You can't do that. You've got to say, you know, he's here. He's part of the culture of that side now. And off the field, sometimes it's just as big as what happens on the field. And you can see the guys love him. He's massive part of that squad is Gilavogi. But for me, he needs to just stay, you know, as he's been doing. And he can come on for the last few minutes of a game to see it out if we're winning. That's his role, and I don't see that changing after what I saw, you know, against Harrogate at centre half and yesterday at centre mid. He's just, it's the English game. He's never played it before. I know it's a level down from Premier League. I mean, he wouldn't be a handle Premier League, obviously, but Championship's still decent. He's still got to do a lot of running. It's physical, it's quick, and yeah, he's too much for him, I think. 49ers go big in the summer, I believe so, Adam. I think they do. It's Steve, by the way, Matty. The Farker hour. All right, okay. If Farker keeps the shackles off because we and the players deserve it, we could really piss the league. Yeah, we could, mate. Hey up, mate. Steve as in Stevie. Yeah, of course we could, mate. The shackles look off, don't they? They have done last few home league games. They do look like they've come off. Is that Farker letting them do it? Or is it just the way the players are handling the game states of certain games? I don't really know. Maybe it's a mixture of two. But yeah, you've seen the Cardiff and Coventry games. You know what we're all about when we just go for it. If we put together a 90-minute performance, we beat everybody on this day. Danny says the time you see Grover Ampadu in centre mid will be Sheffield United. Maybe. I aren't bothered what that lineup is, because for me, we win that game. You know we do. I think there can be tweaks here and there. 10 changes is why we lost that game. I think the Sheffield United game and Sunderland game, I think we're winning both. Sounds daft after that yesterday because I'm fuming, but so many variables as to why we played that bad yesterday. I'm all in, mate. Live and breathe it every day, even on FIFA when Match Time Together comes on, ready to go, MLT. That's it, mate. That's it. And I just don't get how you can't be bothered. Like, you can say to me, I'm bothered. I was bothered. I was pissed off yesterday, but I've dusted myself off and we move on. The league's more important. Get that. I can get that. It's when people start off by going, I aren't bothered. Why aren't you bothered? So yesterday you wanted Millwall to win. That's where I'm at, mate. Like I say, I can't change how I feel based on the level of competition. I can't. If I'm watching under 21s play, I'm not all in. I'm not. I'm fond of them. I want them to do well. If I'm watching, you know, ladies play, I'm not all in, but I'm wanting them to do well. When it's Leeds and it's a pre-season friendly, an FA Cup game, a league game, whatever it is, I'm all in. I can't help it. I don't get how you can not be asked for a certain fixture. Maybe it's just me, but I'm full on about everything. If I love something, I love it with, you know, with everything I've got. You know, I really. Maybe that's just me. I am quite a full on person. It's something I'm trying to curb a little bit because I can probably push people away if I'm being a bit too full on. But that's how I feel about Leeds United, and that's not a dig at anybody who doesn't feel like that. Everyone, you know, has different feelings and different views. I get that, but yeah, I'm a bit of a nut at that. The perfect storm yesterday of every little thing going wrong. Too many changes, disjointed play, deflected shots, missed chances, penalty miss. Hope they have got it out there. Yeah, I hope so too, Duncan. It's a good way of looking at it, isn't it? You know, if you're gonna have a bad performance, get out of the way before this final push to go up. I do get it. I'm still annoyed. Danny, are you dropping Taka for Sheffield United? No, but it wouldn't surprise me if they did. But yeah, it'd be wild. Absolutely wild. I wonder why Farker played Byram left and Schmidt right. I thought they played the other way round. Well, Byram can play both, and I thought Schmidt could play both. But either way, they're both right-footers. So either way, you can have one of them playing at left who's right-footed anyway. So I don't think it matters too much. I probably just think Byram's so good on left. Really good at right as well, but he's so good on left. He's probably better than Schmidt would be on left. You're asking Schmidt to play, who hasn't played many minutes, to play on his weaker side, and I know he can play on left. But I think you're asking Schmidt to play on his weaker side when he's a bit rusty, Nige, when we know what you're going to get from Byram. So that's probably why they did that. Yeah, Gilavogi, very poor. Shouldn't be getting minutes with me. Yeah, and it's awful because I've been bigging him up this season for his off-the-field antics, but it's not enough, is it? Sean, it's no one off Matty. He does it every week. You'll need to pass it quick to bring our wingers into play where we are. Maybe that's best when we play with tempo we are. But he does play with tempo at times as well. He doesn't slow it down, Sean, every single time he gets ball. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't do it all the time. People pinpoint the times he does, and that's fine. He does, but there'll also be times where Tanaka slows it down, Gruev slows it down. I think sometimes when you have a bit of a narrative, and it's a thing for Ampadu is he slows it down all the time. I think if you actually watch him, he doesn't slow it down as much as people think. Out of all the players, maybe he does it more than them. Maybe that's why. But he also speeds it up. He also does take one touch and get rid of it. He also plays the ball over the top and sets up really good chances. That's something that he sort of brought into his game a bit more this season. Balls over the top, especially when he's playing at centre half. Yeah, he does slow it down probably more than the rest of them, but not all the time. Sometimes it's needed. But yeah, I agree, mate. We play better when we play with tempo, 100%. But I'm an Ampadu fan, so I'm probably going to find a narrative that suits my opinion, mate, my agenda. And you're probably always going to find one that suits you, Sean. But I love you, mate. But yeah, I disagree on Ampadu, pal. I really rate Ampadu. I really do. And he can play multiple positions to a decent level. Andy Rowe, the ratings from the content creators were bouncing all over the place. I thought Schmidt was good, others crap. It was across the board. How two sets of eyes can be sort of living. Yeah, 100%. I mean, you got to think as well. I think it's different from being at the game to being at home. A certain commentator or a pundit at half-time can sort of drive a narrative for a certain player. I see that quite often when I watch them on telly. Who they want to push to play. It says played well, and it sort of builds a picture in your head that maybe they've done more than what they have. When you're at the game, it's quite raw. Sometimes you can miss things. All I've got is the extended highlights to really watch back. So obviously I'm constant game. It's great to be there. I do miss certain stuff, but I would say Schmidt was all right. He wasn't bad. I didn't sit there and go, oh, he's missed past this, but I just feel like because he's doing okay, people are thinking he's doing better than what he is. I saw it against Harrogate. People were raving about him, and I thought he was just all right. I don't think he's nowhere near as good as Bogle. I don't think he's as good as Byram at right back, but I think he's all right. But is he worthy of a start? No. Is he worthy of a bench place? Probably, yeah. But then if you're going to have a Byram on bench, say if Firpo and Bogle are playing, do you need him on bench too? I don't know. I actually think we've seen Bester Schmidt when he's come on as a winger in the sub appearances played. I think he looked better on wing. I hope Stephen, mate, just makes it more important we trounce Millwall in the league in a few weeks' time. Yeah, that's going to be a game I'm so nervous for, Thinking about it earlier, especially like I say, if you check my comments on my videos, I love it, but they've come for me. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm not going to go hiding again when it's time to play them again. I'm going to come out there, no matter what the form is, I'm going to back the lads. Do I think when Leeds play well, they put 3 or 4 past Millwall? 1,000,000% I do. No one in chat can tell me otherwise. We've beat us twice. But if we play at our best, it's another Cardiff on his day. I know on his day, it puts maybes and all this shite. But I back us to do Millwall. And I'll back us to do it by a landslide, I will. And I'll keep saying that because they're an average side at best. And I'll be nervous because I'm going to back them. And I'm going to probably look at it again because they'll come and get a 1-0, won't they? But we'll see. Bloody hell, man. Gillavogie, please no more. He did less running around than me in the East End. Yeah, man. Funny that. Paul Jones, we will get them back on the 12th of March, mate. Yeah, I hope so, buddy. Say it's not long off now, is it? We'll used to score Derby. Don't know, mate. Not asked. I just want him. Wherever he goes, I just hope they're not playing Leeds again, mate. I must admit, I'd have been a bit annoyed too if I had paid my hard-earned money to watch that, especially the prices. To be fair, Diggler, right? It wasn't that expensive. It wasn't. I pay what, 46 or 48 quid a ticket for every home game, league game in East End, East Upper. This game, I'm sure. I don't want to. I mean, my son were only 11. I know it was less than my normal match day ticket for me and my son. I feel like maybe it was like 38 quid for both of us, maybe. So honestly, it weren't that bad money wise. So I think the price and the team selection were probably an indication of what to expect. But I've just got blind faith, clearly. But like I say, there's people travelling from all sorts to go to a game, and I just want to see more. When you're there and you've got, the Millwall fans abusing you, and yeah, it's just embarrassing. You're at home. You just want, if you're there, you feel it maybe a bit more in a game like this where you're fuming. Maybe that's why some people don't feel it as strongly as I do. We're not being there yesterday. Maybe there's people who went as well who don't. I mean, Danny went, who's in chat, obviously, and Danny isn't massively asked about FA Cup either. But I just feel like, well, yeah, I don't know. And then all that about the chants and that, it's just really pissed me off. The same people saying it's only the cup are the same idiots that don't mind us finishing second this season. It's lowering standards. Cheers, Sean. Something we do agree on. Like, I'm not going to call anyone idiots. But what I will say is, I wouldn't take second place now. And I know that's wild. I know that's why, because loads of people would. I wouldn't take second place. Don't want to take second place. I want jeopardy. I want nerves. I want to feel it all. I want to go win the league. I don't want to settle for second. I won't settle for no. You wouldn't settle for second best in your own life, so why settle for second best following your football team? No, I wouldn't take second now and go up. I'd gamble it on finishing first. And what do you get for finishing first? Oh, a trophy that I don't benefit from, no. But I want the emotion. I want what COVID took away from me. I want to go up as champions. And that is... I'm on my own on that one in the YouTube space. I'm on my own. Nobody else is saying that. But I say it, I might look daft, I might look stupid. People might disagree, might unsubscribe, think I'm a bit of a tit. I would gamble second place now. I wouldn't shake on it. I wouldn't, Sean. And that's why FA Cup, just go win the games. Go do it. Go do it on merit. But that's just me, mate. That's just me. Every time a player puts on our famous jersey, they should want to win no matter what the competition is. All leads that way. Cheers, Carl. 100%. 100%. And I'm sure they wanted to win yesterday. I'm sure they wanted to, but the body language didn't tell me. Their effort, when you get, in life, when you get that point where you get to a wall and you've got to burst through it and push through it, can't go around it, can't go over it, all that shit, bust through it. I feel like when their energy levels were at a low, they couldn't push past it yesterday. Where in another game, maybe when it feels bigger to them, maybe they can. Going to keep doing messages to keep you here, only joking. The Millwall game was a free hit for them. The team we put out should have been good enough, especially not to have lost same 70. So, yeah, I know, mate, I know. Yeah. See, I weren't too asked about the lineup. It's only on reflection when I think it was too many. The FA Cup knackered Coventry last season. Yeah, easy. But that's Coventry. They ain't as good as us. They aren't as good as us. They're not. What's Coventry's ceiling last season? A playoff push and they missed out. I mean, look at that. Look at the size last season. Ipswich, Leicester, Southampton, Leeds. That's 4 at top 6 gone anyway. They probably had to go for Cup because they were only chance of having any success last season. But what else were Coventry going to do? And I tell you what, when you speak to a Coventry fan, they'll be buzzing with that run. How exciting will that have been in Coventry? Been class. Fish pie evening, all evening, my mate. Evening, fishy pie. Duncan, the Watford game should be a carry on from the Cardiff and Coventry games. Only one of the players played yesterday that can't exactly be tired, expecting a fast start again. Yeah, hopefully. They might still be half asleep sitting on bench watching how turgid that performance was. But yeah, hopefully having that, it doesn't mean anything for that starting 11. Hopefully they come straight out and the Coventry win is still fresh in the mind. Regardless of a 7-0 and 2-0, we've always been capable of doing that week in, week out. Farke must let the boys play. I mean that. Let the boys play and hold him back. Yeah, like I say, there's no evidence to say it's Farke. I don't know if it's Farke, the boys, a mixture, or one or either. I don't know. But whatever has changed, because something notably looks like it's changed in those 2 games previous, just go with that, because that is, we can do that. We can score enough to make sure no matter what comes the other way, it isn't good enough. We've got it in us to do 3 or 4. We have 3 or 4 goals to nil every game if we just keep us foot on that accelerator for 90 minutes. Fishy pie, something told me Leeds were not bothered about the FA Cup. Bigger fish to fry. Yeah, well, I feel like that's how they thought, mate. Yeah, that's how they thought. I wanted a cup run, but also wanted us just with fixture congestion. That's what I was like, yeah, I know, mate. I understand people's opinion on not wanting fixture congestion, but we have them anyway. We play 3 games a week some weeks. Playing an FA Cup ain't going to slip a 4th, and you can't play 4 in 7 days. They just have to rejig fixture, but they're going to do it anyway. They're going to rejig stuff anyway. So might as well have us fixtures rejigged on his own merit than Sky doing it for a fixture change for timings for Sky. Look at the teams that come up from the Championship going straight back down. Team coming up need to be ready. Yeah, they do, mate. They do. This is what I mean. Everyone's clambering on about, we need to get to Premier League. Yeah, we do. But why? Because we play a Premier League side. Well, we've done that in FA Cup, and that's why they wanted us out. Because what's the point? We're not going to win it. But we're not going to win Premier League either. It's going to be very difficult next season. But I'm sure we've got enough to consolidate, Rich. I really do. I don't think we'll go down. I think 49ers have got a better plan in place for us than what these other sides have. It's laughable. Look at Southampton, the beaters, them, the manager, Russell Martin, sacked. Adam Armstrong, who gets the goal, is now at West Brom. Things can happen very quickly in football. 6 months later, you could be from a Premier League outfit to unemployed and playing for West Brom. So it's mental. To be honest, Matty, if Farke doesn't get shut off, he must be doing something correctly. I don't want Farke sacked. I want him to be very successful. It's all about opinions. It's just not like Farke. But yeah, that's fair, mate. You shouldn't want him to do badly. You don't want him to get sacked because ultimately you want him to do well because that means Leeds are doing well. What I will say is Farke ball what we've seen the last few weeks. I've seen people say, if that's Farke ball, then I'm all in. What is Farke ball? For me, it's controlled, possession-based football that wins games of football with ease. 2-0. 2-0 is probably Farke's favourite scoreline. Gets him all excited, does a 2-0. Controlled game, clean sheet, couple of goals to keep fans happy days. We want to see 3s and 4s and 5s and 6s and 7s, don't we? Because we know it's in them. Danny, I was at the game yesterday. Our right-hand side was the best part of the game yesterday. Yeah, maybe. If they won a good side yesterday. Yeah, it's all good, Matty. You'll be saying next season, Sean, you were right. Maybe. Wilco Whites, I always say everyone sees the game differently. I like Schmidt yesterday. Rothwell did well too. Yeah, I thought Rothwell were trying. I thought it really, really tried. Danny Sotspot, you're going 4-0 against League 2 Watford. I'm going 6-0 against non-league Watford. I only say the truth, Wilco Whites, just the truth. Danny says, I got my ticket free yesterday. My mate's son doing his coaching badges at Leeds, so gets free tickets. Oh, you need to get them all in, Danny, lad. Hand them out as well to your favourite content creator over here. I've said all season we're finishing second to Sheffield by a point. Yeah, it's wild, is that, mate? But no to base it on. That's just a feeling, isn't it? It's just a feeling that. Matty, what do you say to the Brendan bashers? Because he's ran himself into the ground. We still have so-called fans calling him out. It's bloody embarrassing, really. You know how I feel about Brendan, mate. I like him. He's done better than I expected. Everybody who rates him, like Joe, still wanted another 10 to push him to maybe play in front of him. I'd have wanted Buendia. I'd have wanted all these players to play with Brendan. He isn't my ideal profile in a 10. I like a silky Pablo, can score from outside box, can pick a pass out that no one else can see, someone who can unlock a defence. But the window's closed. There's no players coming in. What we've got is what we've got. And Brendan, he is the best 10 available. I do believe in certain games, if he needs resting, like yesterday, we have got players who are capable of playing in there. I'm not sure. I still can't make my mind up. If yesterday we looked bad because Brendan didn't play, we didn't ball high up, there was no one doing that. We know Nonto probably can't press, and whoever plays in 10 instead of him can't do what he does off the ball. They can't. Is that a factor because they're just not as good as Brendan? Or is that a factor because the players around Nonto who were playing in 10 yesterday weren't fit and fighting like Brendan normally has? Brendan has Bogle, Firpo, Solomon, James. Is that like Pirro? Instead, Nonto had Matteo Joseph, who that was his worst performance I've seen in the Leeds shirt. You've got Schmidt bombing down, you've got Byram trying to bomb down, you've got Gilavogi behind. Like, is that why we didn't look that good in 10, or was it because Brendan wasn't playing? I can't make my mind up yesterday, but Brendan has had a fantastic season. I can't deny that. I'm not his biggest fan, but he's the best we've got, and I back him. Have a successful second half of the season. Definitely, no one should be calling for him out. Reposted 2 of your pinned videos on TikTok, mate. Cheers, Paul. Thank you, mate. I'll give TikTok a bit of a wide berth this afternoon, mate, because, just wild on there at a minute. Wild. But, thanks, pal. Much appreciated that, mate. Paul is actually going to his first Leeds game, ain't you, Paul, on a week tomorrow, the Sunderland game. First Leeds game ever. You say your dad's a Leeds fan, been a Leeds fan all his life, watches me, which is great. You've followed football on and off, haven't you? Not massively being passionate about anyone really in football. Always sort of kept an eye out for Leeds. We dad followed him, you were telling me, but massively like the last 2.5, 3 years, it's like your life now, isn't it? And you're just all in with Leeds United. So it's great. You're coming up from Wales, aren't you, for your first for your first ever league game for Leeds United. So you're going to meet me in Peacock and we're going to have a pint or two before game, and I'm really looking forward to meeting you, Paul. And I'm actually going to get Paul on for the review of the Leeds Sunderland game on the Tuesday night. I hope if you can make it. Then yeah, you're going to get a lad travelling from Wales on his own to watch his first Leeds game, which I think's incredible. I love how your dad's supported him for 40, 50 years. And all of a sudden, it's sort of like, yeah, let's just go all in, and you're falling in love with them. Sometimes it's you're a late bloomer to it. Sometimes you're born into it. Sometimes it's at school or your friends or whatever. I love it, mate. A great little story chatting to you today on TikTok, mate. Much appreciated that, buddy. Sean Hill, exactly, Matty's lowering standards because they are protecting themselves from being critical of Farker. What be the excuse when Farker's slow start again this next season? Yeah, I don't know. Farker for me on this one, on reflection, looks like he weren't asked, and that don't sit well with me. Just don't sit well with me. Danny's put Wilco Whites. Please, if you're in chat, this 30 watching now, please stick a subscribe on my good friend Sean at Wilco Whites. I love him to bits. You should too. And there's Danny Rumsey, my mate Danny is in the chat too. If you haven't, please go sub and like this empty head as well. We're all just empty heads blagging it, mate. Yeah, and please like and subscribe here too. Stick a like on the video. It helps with the algorithm. It helps more Millwall fans see it and come and give me some grief. I expected someone in here today. I can't believe none of that come. But yeah, please like and subscribe. Much appreciated. Imagine Not Being Leeds. Isn't Adam in the press box with Elton John on Tuesday? He is, mate. He is. He's got friends who are Watford fans. So, yeah, he will be. I don't know about the press box, but in the posh seats anyway. Hopefully Elton John is there. That'd be quite funny. Farkball is like watching two people. One who draws a painting and the other one person doing graffiti. Graffiti is Bielsa, raw passion. Something we all want back. Yeah, and the thing is, it's just one guy who can gear that guy, Bielsa. He's my idol, mate. I've got him behind me. You see him over my right shoulder. He's everything in football that you love in there. And we'll never get him back, mate. Don't matter. Farker could get sacked tomorrow, mate. You ain't getting anyone back like Bielsa. I just hope, Stevie, you enjoyed it to its fullest. Because I know I did. I enjoyed it to my fullest to a point where when Bielsa got sacked, I sobbed. I actually sobbed. But like I'd lost like my granddad had died. It was that level of emotion. It was unbelievable. And that's not even bullshit. Like I sobbed. I absolutely sobbed. I went down Welling Road and I mourned him with other fans that did the same. Got interviewed by Leeds Live and I was so emotional. That interview, I could barely speak. I was gutted. So I just hope anyone who still feels that close about Bielsa enjoyed it to its fullest. Because we'll never get it again, Stevie. We'll never get it again. Brendan gets that he's American blind bias. Yeah, well, not from me. I don't see nothing to do with where he's from for me. I'm not saying that in what everyone's like. I don't know. Wilco White says, good game. I go to Paul Jones. You will love it. Yeah, I've said this. I've told him, like, to go to a game under, like, I mean, it's mad when you think I think he's a driving instructor, so he's got a full-time job. Coming for a Monday game would a bit wild when you could have picked any weekend game. But when you think of Leeds under lights against Sunderland, what a game that is for you to go to, Paul, my mate. Well good. Safe travels, Paul. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't know. You'd have to bang it in if you're still here, Paul. Bang your link in here. But he's massive on TikTok, is Paul. He's got like 50,000 followers on TikTok. He's massive. Just for being a daft sod, really, aren't you, Paul? You're a bit like me, just a daft sod. Just funny, just naturally funny guy. Just a silly little videos and stuff, chatting away in his car and stuff. And he's hilarious. If he bangs his link in here, send some people about TikTok. Go follow him because he's a cracking lad. Can't wait to meet him. Your accent just makes me laugh, mate. Your accent's just so strong. It's just like I think of Gavin and Stacey. I ain't very well travelled, mate, but yeah, I think your videos are class. So if you bang your link in here, mate, or let them know exactly how they find you on TikTok, that'd be great. But yeah, big up Paul, fellow Welshie. Yeah, Marcus is a top guy. I might be away or I will join you. Yeah, he said you might be going away, but if you're not going away, make sure you get a bloody ticket, you. Let's hope Paul Jones is our lucky charm. Yeah, I think you're going to a bang-on game there, mate. I really do. I think you're going to go to a cracker. You seemed a bit bitter when talking about Millwall from your last vlog, League One club and League One players. Do you honestly think that based on our last two performances against you guys, mate, Millwall fan, sound? Yeah, And this isn't even being a twat, mate. I'm not a dickhead. I'm a really nice guy, honestly. I'm not a dickhead. Certain players who play for you wouldn't look out of place in League One. I keep adding back to it. Watmore, Honeyman. Am I being harsh? Maybe. But the low-end Championship players, they are. They really are. I mean, I know that wasn't even your first string team. That was your second choice goalkeeper, who were phenomenal, by the way. Fair play having a keeper like that. Don't know if he can do it every week, but great. He beat us twice, he did. But like I say, I'm fuming. I ain't going to be one of these fans, Ben the Beaver. Ben, I ain't going to be one of these fans, Ben, who's going to say, I ain't bothered. There's loads of Leeds fans saying, I'm not bothered, it's the cup. You'd rather me be annoyed, would you not? Would you not rather me be annoyed you beat us? Because I am. I'm well pissed off. Were you better than us? Yeah, I don't know. We were shite, to be fair. You had 2 shots on target, 2 deflected shots, and they both go in. What does hurt me is, for how poor I think you are, we haven't scored against you in 180 minutes of football. That pisses me off. You were awful at your place. You had 25% possession. Every stat went in Leeds' favour bar the goal. Pissed me right off, mate. Really pissed me off. But now what pisses me off more is all the chants and that. So any respect I had for you, even in a football basis, has gone. And I know it might be a minority, but that minority were 50% of that stand. So straight away, I'm fucked off anyway for that reason. But when it comes down to football, I think you have got League One level players. You've got a couple of decent players in there, but you are a middle at road Championship side, mate, at best. You mean you don't push playoffs? You beat us. You win playoffs when you beat us last time. And I said on my reaction to that, which I went I went hard and dry in that video. I says, by next time we play, you'll be mid-table at best, low end, and you are. You are. You beat Burnley and Leeds back to back 1-0. And you thought you were flying, but you know your ceiling. You've been in top flight twice, 2 seasons or 3 seasons. You went up, and I think you had a couple of seasons in the top division. In 98 years, I've been a club. You've never been in Premier League. You're never going to be in Premier League. So this is what annoys me, because we will be in Premier League next season. You know, fans thinking Leeds are falling apart. We're not falling apart at all. It's an FA Cup game that we clearly didn't take seriously, and that pisses me off, Ben. That pisses me off as a paying fan. I want us to take it seriously. And if we would have took it seriously, you'd have got slapped up. We would not win 7-0 against Cardiff, 2-0 against Coventry, which were a battering 2-0, and then get beat by you with the momentum of that. 10 changes halts that momentum and gives you a chance. You come with a fight. We don't match that. We don't have the right for our quality to show. We don't. We missed a penalty. We lose 2-0. It's his own fault. Because if we play to our best, you don't stand a chance. You don't. You're always going to have odd chance to win. 100 best side in the world against worst side. There might be 1 out of 100, 99 to 1 potentially. You've done 2 back-to-back, so my conversation might seem flawed to you. My argument might seem flawed. Might seem shite to you. But we didn't take that game seriously at all. And we all know the away game at your place in league can happen. We never win in London. Got beat by QPR 4-0 last season. What's that all about? They were shite. But no, it's not being big-headed. It's not being a twat. I genuinely think you've got some League One level players. Genuinely do. I don't know how I worded it. You're a League One club. I don't know, but you've been in League One as much as bloody Championship, or you've never been in top flight. You've yo-yoed on Google. You classed as yo-yo club between the 2nd and 3rd division. So what I'm saying might seem flawed to you. I can't even wish you best for the rest of the season like I would most. I can't. Not after that. I can't. It's a shame, because I am that kind of guy, but I couldn't shake your hand and say have a good season. I can't, because I'm too emotional about other shit that goes on. Adam, I'm probably coming up for the West Brom game on the 1st, Sean. Hope you're at that one, yeah. Could try and get seats together if we can, mate. Matty, did you watch the propaganda on Square Ball? The young lad from Cardiff saw better than the manager. Yeah, I did, mate. Yeah, I did. Let's hope Adam isn't the Rocket Man. Stephen Orson, the first game I went to was 1968, Leeds East Standard Liège. We won 3-2. I'd love to have the memories, mate. I'd love to have the memories. Class. You saw some right players, didn't you, buddy? Yeah, that was Millwall in the chat, and that's fine. I mean, his message will bang on, to be fair. I'm not wrong with that message at all. Not wrong with that at all. You're allowed to come and say your piece, but like I say, yeah. It's a shame. It's a shame, because you're not all wrong uns, mate. You're not just like, Leeds get bad press, you know what I mean? Every fan base has a section, don't they? But, there's no defending that, and it's all a little bit raw for me to do that. Ben says Bielsa was a top coach, certainly great watch. Yeah, well, even for neutrals, we were everyone's second team for a good couple of years. It was mental. We are screwed next season, Matty, without massive investment. But I don't trust these Americans. They have not done nothing but take out of the club 160 million, then say we cannot buy anyone. Yeah, but I know what you're saying with transfers. But do you not think they've built two great championship sides last 2 seasons? Look at a side last season, decent. Has he bettered that this season? Yeah. So what more could he do? Spend 100 million on 2 or 3 more players who you're probably not going to play at this level because we are a championship club. He's built 2 of this side, mate. He's built the 49ers have got one of the best sides. It sounds shit after that, but we all think we're going to win league. We all think we're going to go up. FA Cup game, no one's bothered. No one gives a shit. Whatever. I do. If you haven't already guessed. But look at the side we've built. Look what Farker's doing. Over 2 points per game over a season and a half now. 60-odd games, averaging over 2 points a game. Like, regardless of money, you're looking at the monetary value there of what we brought in and saying we haven't spent that out. Yeah, but we haven't had to, Stevie. We haven't had to spend that. Look where we are. You can't just look at a figure of what we brought in and go, we should have spent that. It don't work like that, does it? Look at Tanaka, 3.5 million. What a player. We got 8 million for Kamara, and we bought him for 3.5. Great business. We didn't have to go spend the 8 million, though. Didn't have to. Sean Ben the Beaver, stick to being a racist club and tragedy chanting constantly Millwall are the pits of a club. This is it, Ben. This is what you get now, in terms of how Leeds fans are going to view even the good Millwall fans, which there will be, of course there will be. There'll be good blokes out there. There'll be women and children, obviously, and it just tarnishes the whole club when something like this happens. And it's a shame because you won the game of football, and we should be talking about the football. But for me, the headline is, hate will never win. Where will Millwall end up? Certainly not promoted. Nah, don't get too personal, mate. He's not. He seems a nice bloke. To Ben, to be fair, he seems all right. But yeah, it's one of them. They're acting like it's not a cup final to them. It clearly is. They'll say at the end of the season when they finish 14th, well, we beat Leeds twice this season. They've gone up, we beat them. They can't be that good, we beat them. They'll say that. Of course, we'll be saying that now. Ultimately, they're never gonna get to Premier League, are they? Millwall, they're not. They're just one of those. You just make up the numbers, Ben, in the league, and you can't argue against that. You can't. We had a period of time where that's all we were chuffing doing. It's awful, but we've got a history there. It's steeped in tradition. The history is our club, and yeah, people say, "Oh well, all you ever talk about is this and that from '70s, and when you did this and when you won that, you sing you won your yeah." But we have done all that though. We have done it all, and what else is there to talk about? You don't know what's happening in future. We all speculate, but we know what happened yesterday. We can talk about it. That's what we're here for. Let's talk about the successes and let's predict and aim for good stuff in the future. But you haven't got the history. You haven't got that. You haven't. Biggest trophies you've won to go up and down between League One and Championship. Millwall, one of the worst teams in London. They could take 6 points from us and still get promoted. Millwall lucky not to be relegated. Yeah, well, they're just a mid-road, aren't they? Middle-of-road Championship side. They just are. Millwall are a mid-table team. There you go, Wilco White's. Always up there. Game against us. We play with our full strength. We beat you simple. Rest in peace, Chris and Kev. Never forgotten. 100%. Rest in peace. 100%. We're a bloody great club, and we always look after our own massively. Ben says we have been in the championship for 8 seasons. Honeyman and Watmore don't start for us, but I agree. Fair enough on your opinion. I don't agree with those chants. All respect to Kevin, Chris. Well, Ben, really nice of you to say that, mate. You come across really well. Unfortunately, it's what happened yesterday is sort of, if it wasn't already tarnished. And don't get me wrong, Leeds fans get a lot of hate too. We always think we're the most hated club in England. I'm sure you feel that as Millwall as well. We all know the reputation Millwall have. We've all seen the movies as well. Whether that's right or wrong, more than me. But yeah, everything you've said there's fine. I do, like I said, whether it's start a few or not, that's me just pulling out a few. There's probably some in our side after that performance yesterday. I could say a standard lower than this, but nah, I'm only joking. We just had an off day, but it is what it is. Enjoy your day in sun, don't you? And it's a great win for you, Ellen Road 2-0. Not many people do it. You know, I said we won't lose again this season. Obviously, the FA Cup wasn't counted. I knew we'd lose in the FA Cup at some point. Just didn't expect it to be yesterday. But no, I appreciate that message, mate. That's sound. Sean, Chris, I used to go drinking in Farnley. I rarely talk about him regularly. Taken away by two monsters. Yeah. Mate, what is your favourite biscuit? It's a serious show, this, Darren. Serious. My favourite biscuit is a soggy biscuit. Not this again, Darren. Remember a Viscount? It was like Viscounts when I was growing up. So I love a Viscount. Stephen says the 161 million we don't get all summer payments. Yeah, that's it, mate. Say it's just a fabricated figure. That it's just, you know, numbers on the screen. We don't actually got all that money, and even if we had, you can't go spend it all, can you? Like buying an house, you get 300 grand for your house, and you buy one for 200. You want some money to play with, don't you? You don't just go spend it all on one house and sit in a fucking droffle, you know, in a shit house. You need some room to manoeuvre with. There's other stuff than just what they need on the pitch. You know, they're trying to sort of stadium out. There's a lot of stuff that needs paying from previous transfers and stuff. It's not just a case we got this in, let's take it out. Like I said, I don't know what better they could do than what they've done. Built a right side, mate. They built a great side. You could argue it's one or two light. You could. Maybe we could have brought a couple of loans in January. Maybe. It's still not going to put a dent in that 100 million. We'll call why. It's our history made us a club we are, so it needs to always be remembered. 100%. 100%. Honestly, all I hear is Champions year. That was years ago. Yeah, but if you can't look back fondly at your memories, what are you doing? You know, of course, we've got to talk about as memories. We don't know what's happening tomorrow. We've got to talk about yesterday, haven't you? Paul says, Millwall reminds me of my mate's gram. It doesn't go anywhere. Oh, I think it's not really trying to bring him up. Yeah, like Danny says, staff wages, players' wages, etc., electricity bill, water's only paying out 161 million. Yeah, and it sounds boring, but it's true, isn't it? It's true. It is true. Yeah, but no, I mean, I don't know what you all think of in chat in terms of, am I overreacting? Because, like I say, when that game kicks off on Tuesday, this will be forgotten for me. But until the next game starts, I'm going to be dwelling on this. I always say I bounce into work on a Monday because my side always wins. I don't see my side lose very often. I won't do for the rest of the season. Obviously, going to all home games. Next season will be a different story, but you know, maybe it's an overreaction. I just can't deal with that. I've seen loads on loads. You know, I don't watch people as much as I used to on YouTube anymore. To be fair, but I've seen so many comments about people saying I'm not bothered. Like, you should be bothered. I can understand the bigger picture. I can go along with that. I see it. I do. But don't tell me you're not bothered about your side not winning a game of football. Honestly, I just don't understand it. I'm not going to say you can't support them. Of course you support them. It's just a weird thing to say, innit? It's really, really strange thing to say for me, that you're not bothered. You should always be bothered when you're watching your side play a game of football. Always. I was going here since Amy and Darren came on chat, but it's all just a load of waffle. I thought I thought waffle. What's going on here? Stevie, back to football. 161 million comes in instalments. I get that over 4 years. Where there is a problem is why Sheff and Burnley can spend 40 million without consequence, because one of them will not be promoted. They need it. Stevie, they needed it. The baseline of their players, the baseline of their squad weren't good enough. Burnley lost loads of players before end summer window closed. Lost loads that last week before season started. They were always coming into the season without a proper squad in their eyes. Sheffield United they were the same. They had loads of players leave. They'd just been relegated. they always needed to strengthen in January. Sheffield United lost Arblaster and Harry Souttar in lead up to January. They had to go sign. They lost the centre mid and the centre half. Big important players. They had to go sign players. These teams are chasing Leeds United, Stevie. They have to be the aggressor. They need to push the button. They need to push the envelope. They need to sign the checks. For me, that's why they've done it and we haven't. I think that makes sense. That's why. Wilco White, I believe the money we have got from player sales is being banked and safe for when we get to the Prem. Maybe, mate, but obviously when we go, we get a shitload of money anyway. But like I say, regardless of what money we've got, regardless of anything like that, look at the team we've built. And if we're moaning that we haven't spent money, is that not brilliant? We're top at league. We've got a cracking side for this level, and we haven't spent money. Is that not brilliant? Isn't that how a great business works? No matter how you look at it, and I hate it, Stevie, but football behind the scenes is all about business. None of these people who buy clubs these days really like football, apart from if you're, a rich Saudi state who just want, throw money at something for a hobby. I don't know. It's everything's pushed up, propped up by business, isn't it? Great business models. Don't spend much and create money. You're buying players like Tanaka, who's 3.5 million. Hopefully he stays at Leeds till he's 40. Like Lud, is he in? What's Tanaka worth now from playing half a season at Leeds United? 20? 25? His ceiling could be higher than that. This is what you need to do. Jorginho Rutter broke even on him, fair enough. Archie Gray, the money we made Archie Gray coming through academy, bang, goes to a top 6 club. So he thought. This is how football is these days. It's sad, but it's true. Sad, but it's true. Kevin Foster, hey, Matty, even I'm bothered. This is me, my dad. Don't even like football. Tunes in to watch me waffle loads of crap. I can't wait. I'm going to have to get to take you to a game soon. I can't wait. I can't wait to take you to a game. You'd absolutely love it, Dad. You'd absolutely love it. He's a Geordie as well, but he's lived in Leeds many a moons, hasn't you? Danny Talk Sport, Stevie, because they're in the first season of payments coming. Yeah, true. There's that as well, Danny, that they've got the first year of payments. We're in a second one, but I still believe, we didn't need to do it. Look at the side we built without doing it. Stephen, just look at Norman Hunter fighting blood cancer off during lockdown, then getting COVID and passing away. He had only been in the same cancer ward as me 2 weeks earlier. So sad. Yeah, no, true. I mean, you speak to me quite regular, Stephen, don't you? And you've gone through a bit of a battle yourself. I hope you're doing well. You messaged me, didn't you, the other day saying you didn't need surgery. I'm hoping that means you're doing all right. I'm always there for a message, you know that. But everyone in my chat wishes you well and hope you are on the mend, buddy. You're a top guy, mate. Top guy. Yeah, there we go. Hope you are well, mate. Richard Hogan, FA Cup has never been kind to Leeds. I could list the upsets if you like. Think the supporters are realistic as a result. You know what it was? Because it was Millwall, it probably made it worse. Give me Histon United. Knock me out by Histon United again. And I'll be all right. Exactly, Wilco, I've been saying it for ages. We have enough to go up, so we're keeping money. But yeah, there were no, what you'd be spending it for the sake of it, wouldn't you? We didn't need to spend more money for me. Look at the side we've built. And Richard said, owners aren't making money while Leeds in the Championship. The longer we stay in this league, the more money they are losing. 100%, Richard, 100%. What we are saying is we are kicking ass on Tuesday. You know it, mate. You know it. You know I'll be back tomorrow with a preview of that game, which will be, honestly, about 5 minutes talking preview and probably another hour and 10 minutes talking like this because you know what I'm about. Oh, God. Adam says, parachute payments, 55% first season, 45% second. That's a bit much difference, is there, to be fair? Third season, 20%. Overheads would have gone up over summer. Okay, saying we made X, but turnover and overheads up. Got to be somewhat sustainable, 100%. 100%. You can't just go throwing money around willy-nilly, can you? No. They know what they're doing. I think our wage bill for the players around. Yeah, his wage bill's huge for this division. It's massive for this division. Even with the cuts people took when we came down. Whoever's still left from that side, that is. Duncan says, it was just such a self-inflicted defeat. That's why it's so annoying and frustrating. In the overall scheme of things, I'm ready to move on. No excuses now. Duncan, I think I'll have to tattoo that one on my brain, mate, because that's the perfect way of looking at it, mate. We're allowed to be annoyed. They should have done better. We have to move on because we haven't got a choice. Yeah. Andy Rowe, Matty, was Tanaka a previous target for Leeds 1 year before? Yeah, well, we only got, if you remember, we were linked to Kamara for ages. It was training, I think, with youths at Rangers, and we honestly, it were like we knew Kamara were always there, which Kamara were all right. Technically, he's a really good footballer, but he didn't shoot. He never looked like scoring. He never looked a threat. Very technically gifted footballer in that role, but I didn't massively rate Kamara. I thought it was just someone plugging a gap. Although he was technically okay. He was sat there, like, we knew we could get him. And he was sat there for 4 or 5 weeks, Kamara. And we just think, just go get him. Why would he sat there waiting for Leeds United? Well, there's no one else coming for him. We tried to get Tanaka then, mate. Andy, we tried to get Tanaka then. He got 8 goals last season. I tell you what, think of this. This might sound wild. Imagine we signed Tanaka last season instead of Kamara. Look how close we were getting promoted last season. Imagine 3 or 4 goals. He's already on 2 now with 15 left. He got 8 last season. Imagine if Tanaka played last season, got us 4 goals from midfield. Kamara got us none. No assists, no nothing. If we signed Tanaka last season, maybe we're already in Prem. Don't know how wild that sounds. Might be a bit harsh, but yeah, we tried to get him last season. It just didn't quite work out. There was a bit of a story behind it, but I can't really remember it, Paul. I remember if we were going to play, he played in the game. After that game, we were going to speak to Leeds United, but he got a knock, something like that. Wilco Whites, my good friend Sean, if we were sat 4th or 5th in the league, I believe we would have spent money in Jan. 100%. That's when people say push the envelope. They would have pushed it then because they felt they had to push it. Didn't have to push shit when they're top of league. Didn't have to push anything at top of league. They're chasing us. It will be our club going through another fire sale if we don't get promoted. Year 3 parachute payments disappear. Yeah, we can all talk about if, does anyone actually think, let me know in this chat if anybody actually thinks we're not going to go up. Stevie, I'm sure you still think we're going to win league or second at best. Does anybody actually believe we aren't going to go up based on what you've seen so far, based on yesterday, based on the transfer business we haven't done? Does anyone actually believe we're not going to go up? Why are you all not saying why not get Farker at 10? He's been desperate for 1 for 18 months. I actually think another centre-half will needed more in January, mate. But yeah, Adamson's done fine. I would love a 10. But it is what it is. It is what it is. They obviously weren't the right one. We were looking at strikers who could play 10. Archer and Armstrong are both strikers. Play off the right, play in the 10 maybe. It didn't appear we were looking for a 10 really since Buendia left for Leverkusen. He was probably the only one I reckon were achievable to a degree as soon as there were bigger clubs coming in for him. I think if it had gone to deadline day and Buendia was still at Villa, I reckon there would have been a chance to maybe get him, but as soon as you're hearing people like Leverkusen, you're knackered as a Leeds fan, aren't you? Stephen says, I am cured of cancer. It's been the post-treatment tissues, and now I am over them now and healthy and retired, enjoying life. Love to hear that, mate. See, I know you've touched on it a little bit, mate, with me. I weren't too sure, how you were actually doing, but yeah, appreciate you. You're letting us in a little bit there in your personal life, mate. And I know you're a big fan of a big fan of the channel, so much appreciated, buddy. And yeah, that's great news, mate. Brilliant. Stevie, if he didn't fit what Farker wanted, then they ain't gonna get him. Wait, just one game for. Yeah, no, I agree, mate. There you go. Much love for Stephen. Adam says Farker has final sign off on all transfers. Clear. Turned down. Clear. He turned down Armstrong, for example. Yeah, he did. Which, by all accounts, he had the final say, and he said no on Armstrong, and it will be a bad decision if we don't go up. But I think we will. So, what a good decision. Kamara now in Saudi League on loan. Yeah, he is, mate. Why didn't it work for him when he went there? He got France for it and worked out. Mental. Andy Rowe, on all these bros, they were talking about favourite biscuits. One boffin said, you can't melt a flake bar in the microwave. You can't melt a flake bar in the microwave. Mate, a flake bar will melt if you put it under a light bulb for 10 seconds. It's too hot. Duncan, problem last year when Strout was injured, Ampadu then at the back, Kamara was with Gruev in the midfield, which lacked drive, creativity and dynamism, 100%. 100%. It really, really, like, they just didn't complement each other well at all. At all. No, not tonight, Stevie, mate. You have to keep a lookout for my next subscriber show, mate. I'm going to be calling it a day in a minute, mate. But I do subscriber shows regular, Stevie. And there's been a lot of people wanting to hear from you, pal. But you can't be too angry at me anyway. Everything's going well. Everything's going well, apart from FA Cup. I'm the angry one in this chat today because I want an FA Cup run. You ain't even bothered. But yeah, we'll definitely do it again, mate. Just keep a lookout. I do them loads, mate. Once a week, once a fortnight. Ben the Beaver, the Millwall fan, says best of luck for the rest of the season, Leeds. For me, he's the best team in the league. Camped us in our half 80 minutes of the den. Glad Neil Harris is gone, and we are now trying to retain possession. He said, I don't even know what to say, mate. Thank you. Yeah, it appears I've had one Millwall fan in tonight, and he seems to be a decent bloke. So, yeah, you look after yourself, Ben. And make sure you stay true to who you are and don't be swayed by the arseholes. I'll do the same my end. But yeah, I appreciate that, mate. I think we'll do well. And yeah, you're a better team without Neil Harris there for me. Neil Harris is just a bit of a dinosaur of the game. I've never rated Neil Harris. You know what you got from him as a player. I'm sure he's lauded at your place, but as a manager, I think everyone wants better, and whenever he moves on to, I don't think he'll do much. But yeah, good luck to you, mate. I'm not angry, Matt. If that comes across, I apologise. No, mate, I was angry. I'm a little bit angry yesterday. No, but I know you're not a Farker fan. I know Farker really riles you, but no, mate, he's fine. But I say I'm just not doing that today. But just keep your eyes peeled for when I do, mate. I'd love you to come on and have a chat on next subscriber show, mate, 100%, because you were great value last time. Whether people agree or not, Stevie, whether you come across angry, happy, sad, whatever the emotion you give, it's great because it's your own emotion. And, you know, I love on this channel being able to say I interact with, I try and get through every comment, you know this, I say this every show. The subscriber show, I like to give people opportunity to come and speak. And, you know, no one knows, you know, everything about football. No one knows everything about Leeds United. We're all entitled to his own opinions, and I absolutely love hearing people disagree with me. I love hearing people's other opinions, and you know, I might think you're crazy. You might think I'm crazy, but it's all what it's about, isn't it, man? It's what it's about. Solomon, top 3 player in the league. I can't think of anyone better, but you all know I don't watch many other sides, but Solomon is way up there. It's annoying. You know what annoys me when you have a bad performance like this? I was just about to say there, and Ramazani, because I think Ramazani's class, but then he played shite yesterday against Millwall, so it just pisses me off. Yeah. Probably he is probably the best, mate. Danny's put in the link again for Wilco Whites. If you haven't subbed, please check him out, and also himself, Danny Rumsey. Check his channel out too. It's nice seeing Danny put a bit more content out there. It's been a while. What's the difference in talking on subscriber show and Joe's member show? Well, Joe's member show, mate, it's the exact same concept, but Joe puts the link in, and only members can see it. So he puts the link like as a direct message to members. It goes out to all his members, and he doesn't put the link on the screen. So a member pays for extra you know, bits and pieces that a normal subscriber wouldn't get, and that's one of them. He might do a member show that only members can join. Subscriber show, it's the same basis, but because I are at a level like Joe where I can connect with all my subscribers a lot easier because I haven't got as many subscribers as Joe. If Joe did a subscriber show and put the link in, he may have 100 people click on the link and have 100 people waiting, which you can't really do. So it narrows it down from 35,000 subscribers. It narrows it down to maybe 150 members. Now, out of those 150 members, there might only be 10 that want to come on. With me, I've got 1,400 subscribers. I know out of those 1,400 subscribers, there might only be 5, 6 that want to come on. But that changes as you get bigger. So that it's the same principle. It's just a link that you click and you come on chat. But he has to narrow it down from 30,000. So the easiest way to do that is membership. Put it out to all the members. I mean, a membership something I have been thinking about lately. I don't know if I'm going to do it at 1,500 or 2,000 subscribers. I might put it in, I might not. It's something that is on my mind, but it doesn't really affect anything. Got to be honest though, I'm happy to take Farker's Lickers as opposite view. He's still not good enough for the Premier League. Wake up, for fuck's sake. Yeah, well, we'll see, mate. We'll see. Depends what your idea of being in the Premier is, doesn't it? Is he good enough to win you enough games to push you up that table? Probably not. Is he good enough to stay up? Yes, and then we'll look at moving on, don't we? It's no different at all, Andy. I hope I sort of explained that right, Andy. Yeah, you can, Dan. You can only have up to 10 waiting in the green room. Matty is genuine. I can't flag that up because he's a mate of mine. He's Joe. I love Joe bits, mate. I can't flag that up. We all have his opinions, don't we? But yeah, don't talk about people in the chat. Probably. Yeah, that's it. I love Joe, mate. He's a good friend of mine. He's Joe. So I can't be talking like that. But yeah, I'm hoping I've sort of explained that to you, Andy. It's that's the reason really. He's got to try and narrow it down from such a big audience to a smaller number for him to be able to handle doing. That's why he does a member show, which his last member show were cracking. That's what I love about Joe. He gets people on. He's like a man at people, innit? Joe got me started. He's had Callum on. He's had my friend Sean at Wilco White's on. Gives people opportunity to get on there and talk. I love it. Survival, Matty. I'm not expecting anything else without billions. Yeah, it's got to be survival. And then you build on it. You know, you have hopefully good transfer policies season after season, and all of a sudden your squad's thick. You know, you look at like your Brightons and your Villas, their models, you know, great. Even your Brentfords, they've got, you know, strength in depth where they're second choice in every position, which we've got in this. We thought we have though for this level, we've got two players in most positions that are decent. At Prem level, we haven't. They have your Villas, your Brightons, your Brentfords. We need to thicken out that squad with Premier League quality. We've seen really yesterday that our squad isn't Premier League quality. We're way off in terms of where we need to be in Prem. But I do think you can do that spending wisely. It doesn't have to be money. You can spend it wisely. You know, you invest your money in the background of the club. It's not all about going out and spending 50 million on one player. It's about the money spent now funding wages for scouting reports, scouting systems that they go out to certain countries. You know, all the contacts that they've built up with other, you know, the Red Bull network that we're a part of with the 49ers. All these is money invested in that. It doesn't have to be going and spending big on a player. The Tanaka signing, I'll always out back to Tanaka. What a sign at 3.5 mil. Doesn't have to be massive money. For me, there'll have to be a couple of statement signs in there. The fans are going to want a couple of 20 million, 30 million players, 100%, just to settle a few nerves down and go, oh, they mean business. But don't be surprised if it's a couple of players in there you don't know, a couple of £5 to £10 million players. Wouldn't surprise me at all. But yeah, they'll need to make a few statement signs. But it's not all. I ain't going to look at the amount of money, which you're very fixated, Stevie, on the actual money by the sounds of it, the actual 160 million or whatever it is. I'm fixated on, you know, let's see how many they bring in. Let's see how they do after the first couple of months, you know, first 5-6 games. Let's see how they do. Tanaka, again, I can't. He's just the easiest one to bring up. Money-wise, nothing. Quality-wise, from minute one, looked at it. What man of match for probably his first 5 games. Yeah, it's true, Danny. You can get some proper notes in it if you put the link in chat. Yeah, you can. You never know what you're going to win. You put link in chat. You never know. Yeah, look at that, mate. Phillips come through Academy. Massive money. Rafinha, we bought him, 17, sold him for more than double. Rafinha, I mean, we didn't really know much about Rafinha when we signed him, and he was big money, to be fair, coming from France. Bit of a gamble, that sort of money. Didn't know what you were getting. Ended up now being best player in the world this season. Any reason for Voba missing from the squad, considered he's a clean bill of health? All I can assume is, Andy, he isn't a clean bill of health. All I can imagine. It can't have been. Because, you know, we're not still mid-January. We're thinking, is he coming, is he going? He can't have been fit, no matter what they've said. Stevie says, Matty, thanks for this evening in times of trouble. I really wish Chris wasn't brought up. He's been in my mind all day. God bless him and his family. Yeah, I know, mate. I know. I really wish it wouldn't have been brought up yesterday either, mate. We shouldn't be having to talk about it, should we? But as a mark of respect, when you've got a platform, I think it's only fair to touch on it at the beginning, mate. 100%. Us as fans comment on things we don't know anything about. We don't know anything about finances, future plans, players, etc. We can only comment on what we see on the pitch. Yes, we can have an opinion. Yeah, that's true, Sean. We all think, we've all played Football Manager and all that over years. You think we know, some of us think we know more than manager, we know more than what's going on behind the scenes. But, it's like when people say, we should have signed it January. Why didn't we sign anyone? There'll have been so many conversations there, we're not bothered. There will be. They'll have been shortlisted. They'll have contacted agents. They'll have spoke to Farkin about it. They'll have had sleepless nights about it. There'll have been all sorts going on in the background. They didn't just close the book on 1st of January and go, yeah, we're done. There'll have been all sorts of work. There'll have been hours and hours and hours and thousands of pounds and wages and salaries go into that window. And it closes with no one brought in. Loads of wasted time, energy and money. But ultimately, if they go up, when they go up, it'll have been the right decision. Andy Rowe, Wobbersneaky's playing up. Yeah, I think it's one of them where he might have been fit at the press conference, but then the day after when we played, it maybe just weren't fit enough because he would have been on the bench at the minimum. I think if Foba were fitted to play that game, you might not have seen Schmidt for me, because I think he'd rather play Vobel over Schmidt if he were pushed. Rafinha scored another world tonight, did he, mate? Ballon d'Or awaits. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I agree, Wilco, but it doesn't stop us giving us opinions. No, it doesn't. Opinions are like arseholes, aren't they, Sean? Everybody's got one. Doesn't Sean, even when we don't know the facts? Yeah, 100%. Andy, Rafinha at least 23, he's 28 now. How time flies. Mad that, innit? Mad that. Rich, the best way to describe yesterday is that it's a speed bump on a steady journey. Yeah, I agree. It's a speed bump that's really pissed me off for a few miles. Afterwards, worried that it's blown my tyre or scratched my alloy. I've pulled over, I've checked it's all right, and I'm about to set off again on Tuesday. I'm about to set off again, hopefully to a better destination than a 2-0 loss. Stephen says it's so complex look how long we have had Dan James and we only paid him off last season. Yeah, no, it is. When it comes to money, we just see a transfer figure, don't we? A transfer fee. We just see a number printed on online or in a newspaper or whatever, and it's broken down into so many factors: the contract, the length of the contract, the bonuses, so many variables into stuff. You look at the Archie Gray deal with Rodon tied in, and you hear all sorts, don't you? You hear, can we get Solomon and not pay this? Not receive this bit of money off Archie Gray sale and do this? There's so many permutations to making up a transfer fee. It's so difficult for any of us to speculate. We don't know about the finances of a football club, do we? Danny talks about Matty had a full-blown blowout going over the Millwall speed bump. I did, mate. I did. It's one of them. I can't. You know me. I'm just real and I'm raw. I hope I haven't gone too far on this one. I feel like I've really. I'm speaking to. I've got a group chat for Late Night Leeds with Adam and Sean, and I was telling them some of the X-rated words that were in my head, and I was proper riled up, and I've been all day. And this has been nice therapy. I don't feel as pissed off as I did when I started. I'm really riled up now. I can look forward to coming on again tomorrow night, and we'll have another chat, won't we? Be a preview tomorrow night for obviously the game on Tuesday against Watford. I don't know if anyone's noticed. Just so you know, I'd love to know now. He's 28. I'm going to say only 28, but I love yous also. There's 28. Thank you for being here at nearly midnight on a Sunday night. But I'm actually doing a watch along. I'm doing a watch along for Watford game, so there's no in it really. I feel a bit bad doing it. I know all the Leeds bros do it. Don't really like doing something they do, but a lot of people do it, and I want to give it a go. I don't know how good it'll be. I can't do watch alongs for home games because I can't do watch alongs for away games, 3 o'clock kickoffs, dinner time kickoffs, because I've got kids and stuff, and I just can't do it in my house. 8:15 kickoffs away from home, I can't go into game. Everyone's tucked up in bed. There's 3 more unless his time changes. This one, Middlesbrough, Sheffield United. There's 3 games that I've looked at that are away from home and are 8:15 kickoffs. So I'd love to know if anyone's in chat now, anybody who would watch or will be watching on Tuesday. it's not for everyone. I used to watch Joe. I sometimes tune into all the Leeds Bros and drop a few comments in. It's not something I sit and just watch. I try and find it on TV. There's some people watch alongs and have the audio of me because it's so hard with delaying it. You can never get them perfect. I know when I do it on Tuesday, the people might be in front of me, might tell me there's a goal before I see it. It's a bit of an awkward one, but does anyone in here now currently who's on here watch alongs? Not saying you'll watch mine, but is it something? It's something I can only do now and again. So if it's something you're thinking I'll watch the next one, there might not be a next one for me. I don't know. There's only 3 I can do. That's not saying I'll do all of them, but I've got it now. I've got my thumbnail and it's sat waiting. The press conference, I assume, will be tomorrow, and it's got to be on it. It's got to be. Big love, Matty on chat here. Russ, mate, I love you a bit, man. Such a good guy is Russ. What a guy. Near me up with you, mate, at a game. I really do. Yeah, it's fun sticking your neck out on the line with opinions. I believe some people are afraid to stick their neck out and give opinion. There they are, Sean. And I'll always do it, mate. I'll always just say how I feel. Because that's why you're here. You know, let's be fair, I'm the last one. I'm the last take on this game. You've seen anybody who watches Connor, you've seen Connor, Joe, KJ, all the Leeds Bros. Anybody, Joe, Evie, Joe Blackburn, you've seen everybody, I'm assuming, has pretty much done a take on this game from yesterday to now. I'm probably the last one. And you're still here because you want to see what I've got to say. So I'm obviously doing something right. Yeah, no, it'll be tomorrow. Do I assume the lads travel down Monday, back again 3 a.m. morning? I couldn't tell you, mate, to be fair. I'm not really sure. Danny says, I've had the Matty rant on a call. It's all good. You have, mate. You have. You know me. Duncan says, get it off your chest, Matty lad. It's the best therapy, never bottle it up. Yeah, too right. You know me, mate. I've bottled stuff up in past it. It's no good. It's no good. For fuck's sake, people. Okay, smash a like. Cheers, mate. Danny says, I'll be in Matthew. Cheers, mate. Like I say, it might not be for everyone, but yeah, it was sick that. Good starting point, Matty. You'll be great. Thank you, mate. Every man and his dog do watch alongs. I watch Jack City and JT live. Yeah, really good content creators as well. Like I say, it's not something I really want to do. I want to on Tuesday. I want to try. It's not something I've wanted to do. I don't look at it and go, "Oh, I'm missing an opportunity there." I'm not really bothered about it, to be fair. I just wanted to try it on Tuesday, see how it goes. See how it goes, and we'll take it from there. Sean says, I will drop in for a bit. I often watch Joe and Leeds Bros. All the Leeds Bros watch, and that's fine. I mean, all the Leeds Bros get you in at half time, which is great. I don't want anyone to stop watching them or watch me have a go. But yeah, even if there's only a couple of people watching it with me, it's fine. And we're watching game anyway. It'll just, just give it a go, see how it goes. This next month decides the winner of the championship match, marching onwards, a formality. Yeah, I agree. We know these next 4 or 5 games are massive. Absolutely massive, Stevie. Can't disagree with that. But he's got Sunderland and Sheffield United in there. In fact, tend to watch the game now and comment at half time and full time. The time matching is a deal breaker. Yeah, it's Duncan. Depends what stream people have got, doesn't it? Stephen says, get his good, but the big up watch along. He gets so excited when we get close. Oh, yeah, I know, he does. Richard, people in the chat will be ahead of you on the watch. Yeah, I know they will, mate. Yeah, I know they will. Matty, you're a very genuine lad. Cheers, Stevie, mate. That means a lot, mate. Means a lot, buddy. Thanks a lot, mate. Lovely. Yeah, Stephen, I know you meant Joe, mate. Yeah. Have you ever met Blue FFC? He's salt of the earth. Is he the lad that sits in the West Stand? Does a lot of his videos in his van. I think it is, isn't it? I'm a subscriber. I think he hit 1,000 not long ago. I can't profess to watch him all the time, but I have watched some of his videos. Really, really nice guy. Seems a really good guy. I've never spoken to him. Matty, whilst you are doing live watch along, you're always behind by a minute or so anyway. Yeah, I know, mate, yeah. Stevie says, Matty, you are a very genuine lad. You deserve the best. So glad the other day you got 100 likes. Let's help you get to 1,000. Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you. I'm only about 85 subscribers of 1,500 subscribers, which is huge for me. So I'm going to call it a night anyway. I tend to dip in both our watch alongs. I will make it free on Tuesday. Sean, don't do too drastic, pal. That's a bit much. Is that just watch what you want to watch, mate? It's fine. Bang me a comment and say I'm doing all right, even if you haven't watched it. Much appreciated. I won't be there Tuesday. I watched the game with my dad, but we'll watch on a catch up. It's fine, Russ, honestly. It's thanks for letting me know, Paul. Nice one, Russ. I feel sorry for Australian Matt. He gets naff all on the watch alongs. Or does he not, mate? I know he does them. Yeah, it's a shame when you see people putting in hard work and not getting the views. sometimes you just get lucky. You fall onto an audience, and I've tapped into a good little thing here. 10 o'clock at night seems to work for me. Hope you're all healthy. Yeah, is in a minute. Yeah, right, guys. That's me. I'm gonna call it. And I feel better. Thank you for that therapy session. An hour and 45. You know me. That's how I do it. That is how I do it. But I needed this tonight. Felt shit all day yesterday. It didn't ruin my weekend. I went to Caravan for a night in Hornsey with family, and it was all right. But it's been on my mind. I wanted to get this off my chest today. No one's called me an idiot or an arsehole for being quite strong in my opinion that you should care, regardless of fixture. So I appreciate that. I'm not sure how that'll go down. But yeah, we're all entitled to his opinion, aren't we? And it is what it is. Take care, Matthew. Love you, brother. Love you too, my mate. I hope you're doing well. Catch up with you soon. My mate, didn't you do well? Hope you're good, Sean. Great stream, Matthew. Leeds beat League 2, Watford 4-0. Well, I'm back tomorrow at 10 so I'll tell you my prediction then. But you know it's going to be a big score win for Leeds United in my book. Richard says, night, Matty. Thank you, Richard, for being here as always. Take care. Have a great Monday, and I will catch up with everybody tomorrow night. Thank you very much.